Robert Spalding, who's a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute. He joins us now live from Washington. Robert, really appreciate you being with us. There were a number of interesting lines, I feel like, that came out of that press conference briefing with the coronavirus task force. The first is essentially the president saying that you can continue to monitor hotspots in the United States, reopen some businesses in America while sort of reopening the U.S. economy. Is that a good idea?
Well, I think one of the things that we're focused on here in the United States is looking at the entire country through the lens of New York, which is our hardest hit area right now. We have a large, diverse geography. We have differing population densities across the country. In fact, we should be treating this on a state by state and really a community by community basis. So the idea that we have to shut the entire country down because of the population density of New York really doesn't make a lot of sense for America. It's a big country, and it really should be paying attention to more, not just the results of the virus, but also the potential job losses. We're hearing that up to 3 million jobs could be lost just in this first 2 weeks alone. So the president has to be concerned about Americans keeping their jobs. We don't have a controlled economy like the Chinese Communist Party-led China is. And so we actually have to funnel money to businesses in order to keep people on the payroll. I think that's what the president's concerned about now, is keeping people at having their jobs when we get through this.
Could you argue, though, that some of the outbreaks are lower in some of other parts of the country, though, because of the measures that Americans have been taking to sort of flatten the curve here? And what happens when you sort of open things up again, you get people moving and they're exposed to the virus on a scale that we're seeing in Italy?
Well, I think one of the things that people don't recognize, I spent most of my time in rural America, and the idea that you're going to have the kind of interaction that you have in a city like Washington, D.C. or New York is just not correct. Most of the country doesn't get within 6 feet of another person on a great day. So this is the idea of a country that's big and diverse in population density and geography, and we ought to be smart about how we implement these measures. It is not the case that a state like Wyoming is going to have the same type of challenges with this virus in terms of the population density that New York does.
All right, Robert Spalding, we really appreciate you being with us. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for right now. Thanks for your analysis.